All right, so I have to talk about this. There's an article on IGN regarding, not IGN, I'm sorry, GameSpot, because GameSpot gave this game 9 out of 10. And there's an article on Returnal basically stating Returnal doesn't let you save and wants you to die. And that's just how it should be. That's just how it should be. Well, here's the problem with that. Here's the big issue with that. If Sony and Housemarque or Housemarque, if they had told us in January, or in the, let's say in January, beginning of January, if they told us, hey guys, we're making this exclusive PS5 game that's a roguelike type game. You guys know what the roguelike type game is, right? Like back in the days, Hades, like on Commodore 64, I used to play those types of games where you basically, you have to finish the level and you can't save the game and you gotta survive in order for you to clear the level. You have to survive to move to the next level. When you move to the next level, then you start from that next level access. We all understand roguelike type of games. Okay, I wasn't born 2 hours ago. Okay, I know what the roguelike games are. But the point is this. Sony and Housemarque, they never told us that they're making a roguelike type game. Till like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, middle of April, by the time the game was ready to be shipped and ready to be released. And we already have pre-ordered the game. I have pre-ordered the game. Everybody had pre-ordered the game. Okay? I would have never purchased this for $70 or $80 if I knew that this was going to be a rogue-like type game. You know, like Dark Souls, Hades, Demon Souls, etc., etc. Rogue-like games go way back to the, Commodore 64, Amiga 500, Genesis, SNES, it goes way back. Those games go way back. I'll just go with Hades. Hades, 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 was one of those types of games. But let's see what people are saying. Let's read down on the comments on the GameSpot here. I'm gonna go over here and I want you guys to read this. I'm gonna try to zoom in as much as I can here. Sorry for the camera. Here, so let's actually go down here. Let's read the comments. This is from Housemarque or Housemarque. I think it's Housemarque, like a house market, marquee, I guess. We hear the community and we love you all. Nothing to announce now, but keep playing and enjoy the challenge as you can. Basically, they're saying, hey, we don't have anything planned right now. Keep grinding it, and it is what it is. So let's read the comments. Let's see what people are saying down on the comments. And I love this comment right here. So if I'm in the middle of the battle and quit after hours of playing, I lose everything and are back to square one. Does the developers assume you are jobless, single, cellar-dwelling individual who only lives for games? I'm confused. And this guy said, just put in the rest mode and you'll start where you left off. Well, what if you lose the power? What if the electricity goes off? And this is also good right here too. Why not solve this by having uncut Returnal hard mode? I agree with this. Why not have uncut Returnal hard mode and make it easier? Why not give people a choice? I know it's a Hades type roguelike game play, but since you already have an interesting story, very complex, interesting story in this game. Why are you making people go through this crap? You know, in Hades, we didn't care much about the story, because in Hades, that's all you do. Just make sure you clear the level. You know, you would read the text and tell you about the story, but you would clear the level. Let's read some more comments. I tend to agree, as some, even knowing they're going to die and a lot may get turned off and stop playing, only a few may have a heart to go on. Even with that, it's known I have no plans on buying this anyways, as I do not like the concept too much. And that's the thing. If people knew that this was gonna be roguelike type game, I wouldn't have purchased it, and a bunch of other people wouldn't have purchased it. That's the whole point here. It's a roguelike. You don't get to save in the middle of the runs. Okay, but what's the name of this guy? Tentos. Here's the problem. We didn't find out till 2 weeks ago with a 17-minute video. We didn't find out that it was a roguelike type game. I didn't know. Bunch of other people slept on this one. They didn't know that it was a roguelike type game. Nobody knew. So come on, let's be fair here. Let's see. I don't get. Oh, this is my favorite right here. Oh, I love this one. I don't get the appeal of these roguelikes at all. What the F is fun about not being able to save your progress and having to start at the beginning every time you die? Look, I don't want to bash roguelike type games because it's an old school. It's as old as I am, 40 something years. If this is about misleading, guys, this is what this is about. If Housemarque, or Housemarque, whatever you want to call it, if they had told us, hey, early in January, that this is a rogue-like type game, dude, no problem. No problem. I wouldn't have pre-ordered it. I would have saved my money. You would have saved your money. And that's it. And those who like rogue-like type games, they would have purchased it. All right? But that's not the case. They didn't do that. They kept it quiet. That's the whole point here. I have nothing against people who want to play rogue-like type games. Knock yourself out, enjoy. But they were misleading us. Why they were misleading us? So they can make the money. Because it's a Sony exclusive game. That's why. There's money to be made. And there's another good one here. Exactly. No one has the time for this rubbish, especially when time is in the factor. Difficulty, it's great, but there's no reason. Oh, I like this too. This is great. Hold on. Difficulty is great, but there's no reason players shouldn't be able to save their progress. There's no challenge there. It's just annoying. You know. I think save and quit would work. One save slot overridden every time the game is closed. That could work. I mean, they can fix this. They can patch up and update. You know, this shouldn't be that difficult for them to do. And there's another one over here. More like if you find it frustrating, you just shouldn't be playing. Yeah, but see, they didn't know. See, what's your name? This guy over here, James Hetfield. Not the real James Hetfield from Metallica, trust me. Here's the thing. We didn't know. Okay? If I had known that this is another Demon Soul roguelike type game, guess what? I wouldn't have pre-ordered it. A lot of people wouldn't have pre-ordered it. They would have saved their $70, $80. They wouldn't have pre-ordered it. We didn't know, honestly. We didn't know. I didn't know. Why the hell would I spend $70 on a roguelike type game if I don't like those types of games? Hold on, let's see. There's some more good ones here. Hold Here we go. This is a good one. Just let people save their progress. That it. Make it difficult, whatever. Just don't screw with people's time. It can be hard to block off 2-3 hours just to dedicate to this game. Things come up. Life happens. You get bored. Don't make people a slave to your games. Time restraint. I like this one. This one's good. It's really split 50-50. I'm reading these comments and it's split 50-50. Let me see. Let's see. I mean, it's really split 50-50. I'm reading some of these comments. There's this guy over here. I just don't get how people can stand a game where all you do 90% of the time is die. To me, it's like watching someone hit their head against the wall repeatedly. Repetitively, I'm sorry. Well, listen, I don't want to judge. Everyone has different taste. Everyone has their own, different special interest and different preferences. I have a special interest. I love Flight Simulator, and some people say to me, how could you fly that plane for 6, 7, 8 hours? Doesn't it get boring to you? Well, not to me, because that's what I like. So everyone has their own, remember, guys, we're not bashing the roguelike type of games. It's just we were misled. It was falsely advertised to us. Sony has falsely advertised this to us. That's the whole problem here. Let's see what else. 3D Dead Cells. Let's go to continue on to the comments here. So in other words, they made a really short game and cranked the difficulty up to 11 to give it the illusion of depth and length. Not sure this type of game it's my cup of tea anymore. When I was younger, I loved really hard games. These days, I just want to relax and enjoy fun game, not pull out what little hair I have left to worry about putting my controller through the TV screen. I definitely understand where this guy's coming from, and I totally agree. And none of this would have happened if Housemarque and Sony were being honest. If in beginning of January they had said, hey guys, Returnal, it's a roguelike type game, and that's what we're making. Dude, no problem. People didn't have a problem with Demon Souls. Do you know why? Because they know Demon Souls, it's a roguelike type game. So they had no issues with that. But I have a feeling that Yoshida has been fronting this on the Returnal, to be honest with you. Because Yoshida loves these roguelike type games like, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, etc., etc. You know how obsessed he is with these types of games. Let's see. The game has a tons of depth. I don't know. Can you finish the game to find out? This guy says, let me know when you finish the game how much depth it has. This is actually very interesting. I like what this guy said. I like this guy, BDRTF. What's his name? BDRTFM. This is on GameSpot, by the way. Okay, I don't know anything of the kind. He's referring to the depth of the story. Question and conclusion: if the game has tons of depth and replayability, why is there no save point? That's a good question. If this game has an interesting story and you want us to learn more about Celine and the Astra organization that she works for, why the need to send you back to the start over and over again? The fact that they have relied on amped up damage, constant death, and the lack of a save feature does not bode well. That game has longevity and depth. I agree. You know, this is very interesting what he said. Like, if the game truly has that depth in the story, then why did you make it like this? Why even show a character? You don't even need a character, right? It could have been some kind of a crystal ball running around fighting these things, you know. And again, this was all Sony's and Housemarque fault. They were misleading us. They were misleading majority of people, and that's why there was no demo. Okay, that's the whole point here, guys. I have nothing against roguelike type games for people who want to play it. There should be a place of that genre in video games, just like there's a place for you know, flight simulators, racing simulators, etc., etc. But the point being is this: Sony misled us. Sony was falsely advertising this game. That's the whole point here. And for the game to get 9, come on, man. 9, why is this getting 9 and Days Gone gets like a lousy 5 or 6? Why does this have 9 and the Order 1886 got like 4 or 5? I don't know, something like that. Why is that? Why is that? That means that Sony is fronting this game. It's paying the GameSpot. It's paying the IGN. It's paying these big influence YouTubers. They're giving the money so that way they can get people to believe that this game has some kind of interesting story. It's not an adventure. It's not an RPG. This is a roguelike type game. You're really not gonna give a shit much about a story here, to be honest. You know, really. Sorry for the language, but you're really not gonna care much about the story. So it's good that people are being outspoken. Hopefully, the Housemarque and Sony will look at this and they'll reconsider. Maybe make this easier with an update. So we'll see what happens. A time will tell. We'll find out throughout the summer. See what's up with this game. I'll keep you updated on development of the, you know, Returnal. But I don't know, man, if I'm gonna be able to get back to this, man. I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm keep trying, but man, this really takes out of me, a lot out of me to play this. To be honest with you. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Just wanted to kind of briefly talk about this and this article on GameSpot. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Take care.